The recently concluded drills in the Western Pacific, conducted by the Chinese aircraft carrier Shandong, were more aimed at showcasing China's military capabilities to the United States, which was also concluding a joint exercise in nearby seas, rather than Taiwan, a Taiwanese defense expert told CNA Tuesday. The drills in the Western Pacific involving the Shandong and dozens of warplanes held last week sought to test China's anti-access/area denial capabilities should the U.S. and its allies attempt to interfere in a cross-strait conflict. He noted that the latest Chinese drills coincided with a joint maritime exercise conducted by the U.S., South Korea, and Canada on Thursday in the Yellow Sea. The People's Liberation Army, PLA, did not make more details of the Shandong drill public. According to Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense, MND, the Chinese domestically built aircraft carrier passed through the Bashi Channel 60 nautical miles southeast of Cape Lunabi, Taiwan's southernmost point, and headed east into the West Pacific for a long-range training session in the area on Tuesday, September 12. Meanwhile, Japan's Minister of Defense said several rounds of drills involving warplanes and helicopters, landing and taking off, were held on the Shandong on September 13 and September 14, before the aircraft carrier concluded its drills on September 14 and September 15 and headed to the South China Sea. Asked if the two-day exercises in the West Pacific were cut short by the reported disappearance of Chinese Defense Minister Lai Shangfu, Lin told CNA he does not believe that to be the case. Lin said although Lai is a general, he is not responsible for combat missions, as the position of defense minister mainly involves defense diplomacy. The fact Lai has not been seen in public for some time will not impact the PLA's long-term combat preparedness or strategy, though his disappearance could mean the PLA is undergoing a high-level official reshuffle that could negatively impact the morale of the Chinese military, Lin added. Lai, who was appointed defense minister in March, has been absent from public view for more than 2 weeks, fueling rumors about his fate after a series of unexplained personnel shakeups whirled the upper ranks of China's ruling Communist Party this summer. U.S. media reports have quoted unnamed government sources as saying Lai is under investigation for corruption and will likely be removed. The Shandong is China's second aircraft carrier, and the first to be entirely built by the domestic shipbuilding industry. It was commissioned into the PLA Navy on December 17, 2019 in Sanya, Hainan Province. China launched its first aircraft carrier, the Liaoning, in 2012. The vessel was a refurbished Soviet Kuznetsov-class cruiser carrier, purchased in an incomplete state. Meanwhile, China's third and most advanced aircraft carrier, the Fujian, is expected to enter service after completing sea trials sometime next year. Beijing launched the Fujian on June 17, 2022. It is built to launch fighter jets with an electromagnetic catapult, a system on a par with the U.S. Gerald Ford, the U.S. Navy's most advanced carrier in service. Taiwan's defense experts have previously warned that the Shandong's ability to conduct takeoff and landing drills in the Pacific Ocean on the east side of the country indicates it is a serious threat to eastern Taiwan. The region, protected by the Central Mountain Range on the west, has traditionally been used to preserve and maintain Taiwan's combat readiness in the event of a full-scale invasion by the PLA. Therefore, it is essential for Taiwan to enhance its air defense capabilities and introduce additional runways in the eastern counties of Hualien and Taitung, given that the PLA is now capable of launching attacks from waters east of Taiwan. Retired Air Force Lieutenant General Zhang Yanting told CNA. An American guided missile destroyer and a Royal Canadian Navy frigate sailed through the Taiwan Strait in a tandem Saturday transit, U.S. 7th Fleet announced. The Japan-based U.S. Ralph Johnson, DDG-114, and HMCS Ottawa, FF-341, passed through the strait after drilling with Japanese ships in the East China Sea near Okinawa, USNI News reported on Friday. The ships transited through a corridor in the strait that is beyond the territorial sea of any coastal state, reads the statement. Ralph Johnson and Ottawa's bilateral transit through the Taiwan Strait demonstrates the commitment of the United States and our allies and partners to a free and open Indo-Pacific. During an exercise earlier this week, Ralph Johnson and Ottawa sailed with big deck helicopter carrier GS Izumo, DDH-183, and destroyer GS Samadare, DD-106, as part of the trilateral exercise Noble Stingray, that included anti-submarine warfare drills. A Canadian Broadcasting Corporation crew aboard Ottawa took footage of a People's Liberation Army Navy guided missile destroyer shadowing the formation. The Type 052D Luoyang II guided missile destroyer was identified as CNS Hohhot 161, according to the CBC report. The heavily armed Chinese destroyer, the Luoyang, closely followed the convoy of ships in the East China Sea, calling out repeatedly to the Canadians on maritime radio and coming within just over a kilometer of the Allied ships, reads the CBC report. It's unclear if Hohhot followed Ralph Johnson and Ottawa during their transit. The last reported U.S. surface ship transit was by U.S. Coast Guard cutter USCG Stratton, WSL 752, in June.